N1ght here. So this video we're going to talk about troop deployment again. We're going to do delay drops. So I've done a bunch of attacks, as you can see. I got gear heart. Life leech on Scorchers are amazing. I took out gear heart's War Factory in one, no problem. So we'll go to delay drops. So in these first few, I used rifles with bombardiers and Kavan. And this is something really good to get to master, because if you're wanting to do some sneaky warships attacks, this will definitely help you. So here's a base that was on my map. A lot of the defenses are back from the landing zone on the beach. So what we're going to do is I set it up so I dropped one boat of rifles and then the 3 boats of bombardiers, and then I'm delay dropping Kavan. So you can see there. Now what the key to this is, the rifles are starting to disappear. So right there, as soon as those last rifles are about to walk off that landing craft, you drop the next one. Kavan's still not out. There's Kavan coming behind the second boat of rifles. Now watch it drop. Right when that's coming off, see the last boat of rifles that way, you have a nice line of riflemen that keep coming out in front of your bombardiers and keep coming out in front of Kavan. That way Kavan doesn't die. So we'll just let this battle go. There's lots of defenses on this base. That's why I picked it. And I picked it because the defenses were back a bit. So it's not like it was to simulate a front-loaded, like a 3R level on warships. So you can see the riflemen keep coming. They keep that meat shield in front, real nice, protecting the bombardiers in the back, protecting Kavan, who's behind the rifles. I haven't used any second winds. I haven't used any shocks. I haven't used any flares. So this is to simulate early warship gameplay with no shocks and no flares. So there's that attack. I'm going to show you the next one. Very similar attack. Same attack, but now we got a split base where some defenses are on left, some are on right, and you got rocket launchers out in the back. So I'm going to double speed it, because actually, you know what, no, I want you guys to see the drop. So again, same thing. I'm dropping in the center, in between all these defenses. I dropped 1 rifle, 3 boats of bombardiers, no Kavan yet. There's my second boat of rifles. Coming in behind the rifles is Kavan. And then we just keep coming in. As soon as those last rifles are coming off that landing craft, you drop the next one right away to keep the line going, so that there's always riflemen coming out in front. So this is one way to attack a base that's a split base, where it's got some defenses on each side. You can see those rocket launchers off to the side aren't affecting anything, because they'll hit the first few riflemen that are out front, but we got more continually coming in. And again, I'm not using any shocks, no second winds, no flares, no nothing. I'm just launching troops. So there's that attack. So let's go to the next one. Same troops. So this one here, I chose this one because look at how many rocket launchers there are there. Look at how many. I remember this last season of warships that just went through, the 6 max rocket launchers were just destroying people. So how many are here? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13 rocket launchers there. So I'm not going to use any shocks, any flares, same drop. I'm dropping all to the left, and watch what happens. Rifle, 3 bombardiers, boat of riflemen, Kavan coming behind that second boat of riflemen to protect them. And then we just continually drop. Same idea. That way you keep that line of riflemen going, right? This is the delay drop. Coming right in line. No spaces. Even if you have a little space, if you're a little late or a little early, it doesn't matter. You want to try to just perfect that. As soon as that last rifleman's coming off the landing craft, the first one on the one you just dropped is walking off, so you have that continual. And look, you can see all those rocket launchers just hammering down on the riflemen, but they just keep coming. The riflemen just keep coming. The rocket launchers never target the bombardiers in back. Nothing's hitting Kavan. No flares, no shocks, no second winds, and we're just eating through this base. By the time the rocket launchers see the bombardiers in the back, there's only 1 or 2 left, and they're almost dead, and the base is done. So that's just to give you guys that look at, even if you have lots of rocket launchers, this attack still works. Let's go to the next one. So here I tried to simulate if people have a bunch of defenses on the left, and I know over here those aren't defenses over there, but if they were, and they were set up to flank your troops as they were coming over on this side, what I did was I dropped a boat of riflemen and only 2 boats of bombardiers. So those first boat of riflemen will start to eat away at all these mines here, because we know mines come out fairly early sometimes in warships, and people like to put them right on the drop. So same idea. So I dropped riflemen again and Kavan behind that second boat, but only 2 boats of bombardiers. So now everything is coming to the left. And eaten away. So now all those mines are cleared from that first boat. Kavan's protected, the bombardiers are protected. I'm dropping another boat to keep them coming. That's lots of riflemen coming. All those rocket launchers hammering down, shock launchers. But now, if these were defenses over here that were continually trying to shoot at your drops, trying to take out these defenses here, what I did was I delayed dropped 1 boat of rifle, 1 boat of bombardiers, and I dropped them far right. You can see the flags are even on the green. That way, as your troops on the left are going towards the core, your troops on the right take out those flanking defenses. Not the best example, but it's one that I found that I can sort of show you what I mean by dropping 1 boat of each rifles and bombardiers late to go one way while the rest of them go the other way, because I didn't use any flares. If I had flares, different story. If I was going to use a flare, we can do different things. But this is early. This could be used early gameplay in warships. Great techniques to use, especially if you don't have the flares and the shocks, if they're down in a rabbit hole and you don't want to go down there right away. There's some tricks to use. Alright, so we're going to do another one. So, this one I chose because I loved the line of mines and boom mines right down that center there. So I'm going to use, again, no flares, no shocks. We're going to drop rifles and bombardiers on both left and right sides at the same time, so that they clear all the defenses but stay away from those mines. So here we go. So 1 rifle, 2 bombardiers, and 1 rifle and 1 bombardiers. So we put 2 bombardiers on the bottom left and only 1 boat of bombardiers on that right, because there's more defenses on the left than there are on the right. That's why I chose that. But because I have less troops on the right, I'm going to put Kavan on the right, just in case I needed a second wind. And all I'm doing now is I'm alternating riflemen on the left and right, same drop. As soon as the boat of riflemen comes off, the last rifleman comes off the landing craft, I'm dropping the next boat. It's the same idea. And you can see the troops are coming down, no flares, no shocks. They're clearing the defenses nicely, right? They're staying away from those mines in the center. And then right near the end, the riflemen start to clear the mines enough right in front of the core. That way, when the bombardiers come over, they can just attack the core and they don't walk over all those blue mines and the green mines that were there. Kavan, staying alive. There you go. All right, next one. So here I threw in a boat of heavies. So one boat of heavies, because you can see this is to simulate like a front-loaded base where everything is right there. So as soon as you drop your troops, they're going to start getting hammered. So I switched from Kavan to brick. So you can see here, those heavies are taking a bunch of the damage from everything. They're taking damage from the boom cannons in the back, the sniper towers, and these machine guns. Now, this is where if you have brick comes in handy because you can iron shield and protect some of those troops to keep them alive a little longer. The drop's the same, you can see. Now, I know we don't have as much GBE in warships that I do here on my main account. So I'm only using 3 iron wills, and I tried to simulate using them so that as you collected GBE. So while I was playing, I watched my GBE count, and as I gathered enough GBE for an iron will, I used one. So I didn't use any of my gunboat GBE. I waited till it was collected to use the iron will. And normally on warships, you get about 3-ish times to use iron will because it gets expensive. And I used 3, so that was 1. And then I waited while I was collecting. There's 2, because I wanted to protect those riflemen coming off the landing craft with the machine guns firing at them. And then I was counting the GBE and waiting. And you can see the riflemen just keep coming, protecting everybody. Brick just keeps staying in back, and then there's the 3rd one to protect again from those rocket launchers and shock launchers, and bam. So that was that attack. So same idea. So 1 boat of heavies with brick. So this one here was to simulate a real sort of packed base that's front loaded with some mines in there. You can see the boom mines and the green mines here to try to take out a bunch of your troops. They got the rocket launchers flanking on this side, all of them on one side. They got some at the back, so as you get further in with less troops, you got rocket launchers attacking again. So this would be like a 3, maybe the beginning of a 4 ER level warships. But same idea. So I'm going to drop everything here. So this is a little different. So I drop the heavies with 3 bombardiers and brick all together, and I'm going to hit iron will right away to keep everything alive to take out these front few defenses to start clearing a path. Bam! There's your iron will. Then I'm dropping, same idea. I'm just going to drop as needed. When the last troop comes off the landing craft, I'm dropping the next one. It's the same drop, nothing's changed. But now we're using 1 boat of heavies in front to take a little bit more damage, and we're using iron will to protect the troops. So I've used 1 so far. Now I'm doing a second one because the bombardiers are going to start getting into the sights of those rocket launchers because all the defenses are gone. So I wanted to protect the bombardiers. You can see nothing's changed. No shocks, no flares. I'm still moving forward. Haven't lost any bombardiers yet. There's a nice line of riflemen in front. I'm counting the GBE, and there it is. That protects the bombardiers from those rocket launchers firing over top of that front line at them. And there you go. So there's your hits. There's some ways of delay dropping troops. There's how to delay drop them with when the last rifleman or last heavy comes off that landing craft, you drop the very next one. That way you keep that straight line of troops coming up. This is really a technique to be used for like early warships gameplay, not like last couple days where you're at like 6-7 ER. There's different delay drop methods for like heavy choppers or rocket choppers. Those are, I'm hoping I can get some of those to put into a video when warships drops this season. But for now, if you learn these techniques, that should get you some win streaks at the 3 ER, maybe into the 4 ER level. That's the video, guys. I hope you like it.